Hey y'all, welcome back to the garden. Um, it is the month of September starting tomorrow, so I'm getting ahead of schedule to go ahead and bring you back into the garden for our September seed drop, but also to clean up so much stuff out here. Um, it actually just finished raining, y'all. It's been raining all day. If you saw the video before this, it has not let up at all. It's soaking wet out here, so I'm gonna do the best that I can since the sun is out right now. But I don't know how long it's gonna be out. It looks like it's getting ready to start raining again. But my husband did come out here and cut the grass, so what I'm going to do is just straighten up what's on our patio. Also clean out my green stock because it is so overdue. What I am loving about this time of the year is all this lovely green in the garden because we're kind of leading into fall. Even though in Zone 9B in Florida, it's still hot. It just finished raining and I swear it feels like 100 degrees out here. And I'm getting ready to go on the patio because that's where I really want to do most of my work because it's still so soaked out here. But I wanted to take a look at this pumpkin and see how it's doing from the last video. It's getting out of control as far as like climbing on things, which is what pumpkin is supposed to do. But I want to see if I need to do this now or if it can wait until maybe tomorrow. This is Labor Day weekend, y'all. So I am off on Monday, but I don't want to use all my days out here in the garden, although I love it out here. And I feel like the way these pigeon peas are growing, I need to put me a two-seater right here and sit up under here for some shade. It's crazy. But I do want to try to trim some of the pigeon peas because they're very tall, and from the way the rain blew one of them over, I don't want it growing over to my neighbor's area. So I want to try to trim some of that, but I can't do that today. It is too tall for me. I may need my husband's help with that. So I won't worry about that right this minute, but that is on my radar. I'll show you because the rain hasn't stopped, y'all. Yes, it has grown past the fence. So just to not have that over there, I want to try to trim some of this back, like the back part, to keep that from growing over there. So, but it's doing lovely. Like, look at that. And I think it's even grown some more since that last video I just showed y'all. So anyway, I'm keeping a watch on the pumpkin because I don't know if the bunny likes this, and I need to know that right away because this is going to be full. Like I told you guys, I cleaned out this garden bed with the purpose of planting new tomatoes and some other things out here because the watermelon was a bust. This heat index this year, and I know it's a summer thing that you can plant, but I have no protection, and what I had planned on putting here, it just we couldn't make that work. So we're gonna try it again. This will be our third or fourth time growing watermelon. I'm not giving up because I know we're in the right zone to do it. It's just I need to figure out a better method of doing it. We'll figure it out. But at any rate, the pumpkin is what's on my mind right now because it is taking off. Let me show you a closer look of it. And yes, I am still dealing with this. It's getting better, but I'm still kind of under the weather a little bit. But hey, the sun is out right this minute. I have a break in this rain, so if I can't do anything else but clean up the patio and get those plants reset and clean out my green stock, then that's what I'm going to do. I got to get something done because we got to keep pushing, okay? So anyway, as pumpkins, if you're not familiar with pumpkin, this is Jamaican pumpkin. So it likes to climb and vine. So I left this here so I can touch and, feel for things to keep growing because I do want it to take up the space. Just give it to it because it needs it anyway. I came out here to take a peek to see. I thought I saw some nibbling, but that doesn't mean it was the bunny. It could absolutely be a situation where it is a caterpillar or something. So so far it looks pretty healthy. I have seen some moths around here. So this isn't my first rodeo with this. This is a very hardy plant. The only difference from this time and last time is that I had butternut squash growing next to it, and the butternut squash had a serious problem with squash bugs, so which led to them messing with my pumpkin. But so far so good. I do see some buds. Typically the male flowers show up first, and then our lovely females start to bloom. I do see some babies here. Let's see what they do. There's a couple on there. It looks pretty healthy. So I did that because I mixed up the seeds. I thought I was planting butternut squash. And then I saw the pattern on the leaves. And if you're not familiar, pumpkin has a distinct pattern. It does start to look like butternut squash when the seedlings are there and when it starts to grow. But when you start seeing this, this is pumpkin. It has a certain pattern on the leaves and it gives it away. And I was like, I mixed the seeds up. The seeds almost look identical to butternut squash. Okay, so I came out here also to check on these lovelies. See what's going on here. There is white fly galore out here. I wanted to come out here and clean up some of this stuff. They are horrible. Look at them, all on the bottom of the leaves. And that's because this is all by itself. And it's been raining, so I'm just pulling the leaves off. These here, burnt, nasty looking ones. Might make the plant feel a little bit better. I don't have my shears. The nutrients are gone in them. They literally just pop right off because that's their job. Look at them, aphids and whiteflies. That's their job, to take all the nutrients out of your plant, and they do a doggone good job of it, y'all. But this is what happens when you go on vacation. It won't stop raining when you get back. And you have things you got to take care of. But so far so good. I am going to hit this with some spray in a little while. I'm not doing it now because I did see some bees out here working. I also want to trim back this lovely, and I don't see, I might be able to trim a little bit of it. I just want to cut it back some. I would definitely need my husband's help with this. I think I see my first set of buds on this here pigeon pea too, y'all. I think I do. I know we'll have pigeon peas for Christmas. I hear my bee over my head. Let me back up. That might be the bumblebee. I didn't see it, but I heard it. That bumblebee loves the vervain flowers. So let me make sure he didn't land on my head because I don't hear him now. But anyway, yeah, so just came out here to do a quick survey because it just stopped raining. Just to let you know, because I can see now a little bit here. Where's that bee? Take you here real quick. The peppers that I harvested from, they are done. And this took place because remember I checked them before I went on vacation. They're done. That's what white flies will do. And aphids will do to your plants right there. You see that? They're done, y'all. Absolutely done. And the sad part about it is that the ants are still crawling on it like there's something there. Well, I'm telling you, those two together, if you get rid of your ant problem, that will help you with the aphids a lot. They work together to destroy your stuff. This grow bed here, I did put tomatoes in it before I left. And it looks like we might get something. See it there? I just dropped a couple of tomato seeds in there before I left. Let me make sure there's no bees on this. I had ginger in here as well, and it looks like it's there. The Thai basil has really taken over this area. I left it here because the bees love it. So I said, while everything else is growing the way that it is, I just saw a bee. And this is a predatory wasp here. I believe they also eat insects. I have to scan them and see what kind of wasp he is, but he's purple and he's all over that Thai basil. I've never seen him before, but clearly he's there for the purpose of the flowers. So that's a new bug insect in my garden. I've never seen that one before, so I definitely have to find out what it is, and if it's something beneficial, which it looks like it is, I'm gonna definitely make sure that that Thai basil stay there. I mean, I've had all kinds of pollinators on that, and that's why I did not cut it. So it can have that grow bed, but I wanted the tomatoes in there too, because tomatoes and basil, they typically grow good together. I was shooting for another shot when I found out that these tomatoes weren't gonna make it. So that's what's going on out here. I tried to just not bother anything and just let whatever it wants to grow just grow, because it's been so hot. I'm sweating like crazy right now. So that's all. I mean, you guys just saw that, but I just wanted to show you what I was looking at today. Let's go clean out this green stalk, y'all. Okay, so my issue up here with the insects have been morning glory. And although the morning glory is absolutely beautiful and I love it, it is whatever it carries, and it's those beautiful flowers, the aphids love it, and they have been all over it. I also wanted to come out here and check and see if I have something to harvest below, which is my turnips. And I thought I saw the turnips pushing up, so they may be ready. I am going to check. But I have a couple of plants that made it while I was on vacation, and I want to transplant them in there, which was the plan all along on the empty pockets when I first set this up, was to make space for those. But since we're taking out that morning glory, I have my tomato plant that's here. I have a surviving pepper. I actually think I have 2 peppers that survived. So all 3 of those will go in there. The other containers, I'm going to empty them out, get rid of the pest-ridden soil that they're in. I might be able to repurpose it. Let me just see what's crawling in there. And then I'm going to drop some seeds for September. And those seeds will go in my next green stalk. We will have probably 2 more added to the garden, because I like, with the way our weather is right now, I like how the green stalk is going with making sure that these lovely beauties keep coming into the garden. Like, look at this, y'all. I just harvested this lettuce and it's growing back, but if you can see the vine, that is the morning glory coming over here to choke it. Look at this. It is such a problem with neighboring plants. It's not a good neighbor. Morning glory, from what I'm gathering, needs to be planted by itself. It's not a good neighbor. So that's what we got going on with that. We're gonna clean out this. I did see, if you remember, oh, that was a nice little cold blast of air that just came through here. Thank you, because the sun is covered up again. I planted my eggplant. I see you, baby lizard. I don't want you. You want to get out, don't you? You want to get out? You better find a way. I'm coming in here. Anyway, that is eggplant. So the seeds are finally sprouting. It took so long. So I'm gonna leave those in there, and I'm gonna just baby the plants that are there that are still trying to get themselves together. And that morning glory is coming up out of there. So I'm gonna extend my stuff here, and you guys can watch me get that out of here, and then we're gonna transplant. I need to check on my cabbages. The ones I transplanted look okay, but I believe they're so saturated from the rain. We have not had a break, y'all. Like I said, it's getting ready to start raining again. Hopefully we can get through this, but we're gonna finish this because we have to do it. I may have to drop fresh seeds. We'll see. But like I said, I have available containers. Once I move these plants over, I'll have some. So I'll be able to put them in their own separate and not together. And let's see what we get from that. But we did well with our cabbages, okay? We absolutely did well with our cabbages. And I believe we planted those. That's from our December seed drop, if I'm not mistaken. And they did very well. So going into the cycle that they're actually supposed to grow in, I just got fortunate because we have a nice covering here, so they're not exposed to straight sun like everything else was out here. We're gonna get some more of these planters. I absolutely love them because it's almost like they're personalized just for each cabbage. So definitely getting some more of those. We're gonna plant the seeds today and see how they do. And then we're just gonna make room for everything. And like I said, the patio will definitely be just for green stalk because it's become my new best friend with the way the weather has been going. Because when I started my garden, y'all, I don't remember it being hot like this out here during the time of the year. It was hot, don't get me wrong, but not to the point where stuff was cooking. If you've seen any of my previous videos with my first tomato harvest and all those things, it wasn't like this, y'all. The tomatoes did not get burnt up, and we're in the same zone. We haven't done anything different. And this year, nothing. Absolutely nothing. I have one tomato over here, and that's only because it's been under here, and I was fortunate enough to stick it somewhere where it was able to get steady water while we were gone. But I'm concerned about it. I gotta take a look at it right now because everything is getting too much water because it won't stop raining. So pardon me. So yeah, that's what we got going on. But we're about to get rid of Miss Morning Glory. Let me get my shears. All right, so we got to free up the lettuce because it is choking the lettuce. I don't know how to unravel it, but I may have to just clip that stem because it's on there tight. And I'd rather just cut that piece than tear down the whole part of the plant. So this is what's holding. And I'll bring it close to you so that you see. Because the vines are so hard to cut. This is what it does to your plant. If you are co-planting Morning Glory, you see this? This is the Morning Glory. And it's literally choking the plant. This is what it did to the broccoli rabe that we had planted over here, okay? So, yeah, it is what it is. Let me get busy. I'm also helping out, I'm also trimming up some of the leaves and stuff that's on here. So I'm doing some cosmetic stuff, but we'll get that Morning Glory out of here. So in your green stalk, if you just saw that, this is the water reservoir that's in between each tier. So the water collects in here, and if you can see the little holes, it trickles down to the plants below. This is how you keep your plants watered. I'm not wasting my time with this, so I'm going through and I'm just gonna take it apart because I need to see. And while I'm here, look at them, y'all. See how they work together? Look at this. I should not have ants up here. There should not be any. You know what I'm saying? Not up here. They should not be here. And this is where the Morning Glory was planted. and it's concentrated all around the roots everywhere. Look at this mess, y'all. I'm gonna have to be careful so I don't get bit. But ants should not be up here. See how they work together? Once they find it, it's hard to get rid of them because they tag team together, and then they bring the aphids. That's why I have pests up here. Typically, you see this out in your garden, unprotected. But usually in a protected environment, you don't see that up here, and I can attest to that because you guys have watched me grow my cabbages, and while I did have some pests, it wasn't infested up here because it's kind of hard to get in here. They'll find a way. If they're hungry enough, they'll find a way. But when you are, just doing your normal day-to-day, in and out the door, I mean, you'll get some stuff, but not to the magnitude. This should not be going on. Oh, the roots, y'all. And I don't like, you already know what I'm going to say, I do not like pesticides and all this stuff, but for this right here, I'm going to have to take care of that. You already know what I'm going to go get. I'm going to go get my 7. I'm treating this first. I'm going to leave it open for now, and I'm going to go ahead and treat for those ants. I also have something else that I'm going to treat for them down below when they crawl out. I got something for that too. Can't have it, y'all. If we let them take over our garden, we won't have nothing. I know this is backwards, but this is Garden Tech 7. It is supposed to be good for fruits and veggies. I've only used this in an emergency. This is an emergency because I have an ant infestation in my green stalk that's on my patio. These are red ants, and they bite, which means if they're up here, they're trying to live here. This is also my social area, and I can't have red ants up here, so I have to take care of this. So this is what I would consider an emergency. I don't just go spraying my plants with pesticide. I don't use any. If I see something like aphids or anything out in the garden, I use a peppermint oil. You can do food grade or just regular therapeutic peppermint oil. And I also like to use castor soap with water. If I don't have any castor soap, then I use a peppermint castor soap too, so double peppermint. And then if I don't have castor soap, then I'll use a little bit of dish soap with some water, mix it, and that's what I spray my plants, and I only spray them at night. Let me pause for a second because I have to dig in this bag, and then I'll show you what I'm doing. Okay, y'all, so what I did is I took that tier off of here because I really don't need the 7 in each tier, and I'll show you why. So the one below it, when you look at it, there's no ants here. Okay, see this? There's no ants. But my plants here have suffered because of, things around it, draining it dry. This is the lettuce here. So what I'm going to do with that, I'm going to just take what's left there. I'm going to build up the soil here, and then I'm going to put some more lettuce because this is the time of the year for lettuce. Those ants are solely concentrated where the morning glory was. See that? They're only in here. They built the colony in here based off that morning glory, and that's why I took it out from there, and I'm only going to treat this tier because I don't need to treat the other ones. And this is what I'm saying, like, when you guys use your different types of pest control agents, I'll say that, or methods, you don't have to put it everywhere. If you have, I would go to the source. This is the source of my problem. So I'm not going to just waste time and go and put this 7 all over the place because although it's good to have in your fruit and veggie garden, doesn't mean you have to just put it in there just for the sake of putting it there. If you don't need it, don't do that. And the reason I say that is because your soil already has an active ecosystem. You have beneficial bugs in your garden. I don't want to mess with those. I just want to target what I need to get rid of, and that's it. So this tier is a problem for me. I think I just saw the bunny run. Oh my God. So that's all. I just want to focus on this. I don't need to do anything else. So because it has used the rest of the tiers to climb and set up its little colony here, now what's on the ground level, I have another ant treatment. Let me see if I have one of the things left over. I don't like carrying you guys while it's tall like this. It's kind of crazy, but I just wanted you to see the treatment that I use for the ants. It's a liquid ant bait, so I don't have to spray. Now my husband has another spray that he treats the rest of the house, that with the areas where we don't grow fruit, we absolutely do treat for pests. But back here on the patio, this is what I do. It's backwards, but this is called taro. This is a liquid ant bait. They come in, I forget the number that's in the pack, but I use those out here. So it keeps me from spraying around any food areas that I have. And anywhere that I'm going to be sitting, like my guest or when I'm sitting out here, you don't want to have all this pesticide stuff around you. for me, that is the most seamless way to treat for ants. And you know, I have our grandbaby, so when our grandbaby's here, he likes to play up here. I don't want him putting things in his mouth and this and that and all this stuff, so I like to keep the area clean, as clean as possible. But if I'm going to be using pest control back here, it's with a purpose. But now that I'm growing food back here as well, my husband tends to do things a little bit more different back here as far as the pests go. I'm sweating, y'all. Goodness sakes, I'm trying to keep it clean for you. But anyway, those are the things I do back here, so I'm not spraying ant pesticide or all kinds of stuff that could get exposed to my food. So that's what I do. Long story short, skip the commercial. Just be mindful of how you treat for your pests. So anyway, I took the tier down. I'm going to take you guys down too, so you can see what I'm doing. I hope you can see that. Maybe not. You're about eye level. So this is the tier we're working with. I'm going to take some of the 7. And it looks like the plants that I had in there, I still have tomato in here. I got some scotch bonnet. I don't know how well that's going to do, but we'll see. And I see some of the white fly on it too. So this will be beneficial for them, even though I'm not treating for that per se, for them. But we're going to get to the bottom of what we need to get to. This is not the proper trial, but this is what the 7 looks like. It looks like sand. Okay? And we're going to just sprinkle that in there. They're not going to like it, and I don't care. I don't like them. I just want the pests gone. Because what they do, even though they're there for the morning glory, they take the aphids and they bring them through here, and the aphids don't care. They're just getting on any and everything that they can possibly get on. So, this is going to run them out of here. My neighbor's kids are outside. It's somebody's birthday, I think. They're so cute too. So what I'm doing, they're trying to run, I'm knocking them into the treatment. I don't want them running. I want them to stay in there and just soak up. I don't want them running. And I just put this in here and they've already calmed down. But I would like for them to stay in here and not come out. Okay, so I've put enough in here. That's what it looks like. Okay, and you can see they're still crawling, but not as much. They don't like it, so they're gonna get out of there. The ones that are in the soil, gotta go with them because we can't go with them. All right, so I'm trying not to touch my hair with these gloves. What we're gonna do now is rescue, and I think I may need to treat another plant over here. But I'm gonna move my pepper first. I like this top tier. It looks very nice. It looks really good. I'll drop it down one more. I really like this one. It's doing very well. I have some soil too. I need to go ahead and build up the soil here. I didn't want to bury my little eggplant seedling. I'm happy that they finally came through. I see some ants in here too, y'all. They're not as busy, but I gotta remember that. I have to remember that the morning glory did climb up into this one. I think they're just traveling looking for the trail because I just separated them. I may put a little bit in here. Let me just go ahead and do that because they're in here. They're not as many, but let me just take care of that, y'all. Go ahead and put it on in here. I'm trying to make sure that I cover all my bases. The bottom one definitely didn't have me falling. We just can't have this mess. This is supposed to be a protected area, which is why I chose to put the green stalk under here and not out in the garden community to keep it protected and to at least give some of my herbs a fighting chance of growing. And we just can't go backwards. So we have eggplant here, and I really hope that it takes off. I'm going to leave them there. What I am going to do is take my pepper plant. Which is doing really well. I don't even know what kind of plant this is. The tag is gone. I know it's a pepper, and it does have some pest presence here. But I just think that with the way things are going, let me just snip off the leaves that are the most problematic that I believe with this transplant, and then the rest of them should be fine with transitioning over here. This is broccoli raw. I think I told you guys that in the last video. It's doing pretty okay. I think it may make it. I'm hoping so because we haven't had a chance to eat any yet. The last one was kind of, from the first harvest, it was okay, but I didn't get a chance to enjoy it. So I really would like to make things work a little bit better over here because this green stalk is thriving, y'all. Like, if you look, I took the tears off. Look at this growth. It really works. We're gonna send this down there because I think we have some things to harvest. But look at the Swiss chard. This alone, if you just plant nothing but Swiss chard, this is the perfect method for you. Look at the flies trying to come through here. The ants, y'all still trying to do something, huh? I broke up your little system. This is getting harvested today, and I'm gonna plant some more. Like, if you don't do anything else, your greens, you absolutely can grow your greens in this lovely green stalk. I'm telling you. Let me get a chair because I'm still recovering, y'all, and I'm a little weak. So, well, I'm gonna say weak, but I'm a little winded. Let me do this here. Get it here. All right, y'all. Gotta give me some water too. I wanted to say this as well. When doing this, be mindful of your space. I have space for this, but I'm telling y'all, I really would like to get 2 more. I'm getting 2 more because I realized that. Hey, y'all. I realized that with the space that I'm working with, this is really good for me to have this green stalk out here like this. And I love it. It's a good working space, especially when we have weather that's unpredictable. And we've had a lot of unpredictable weather. I'm looking at the clouds like, there's Unruly Bird, y'all. He better not come back over here. He just flew over. He got the warning. He's been over here now. I had to cuss him a couple of times. I keep it G-rated for y'all, but I tell him some words now. We got time for that this year. You're not going to be hawking me and stalking me out here in my space. I'm just saying. I know you said before me, but we have an understanding. We ain't doing that this year. Not going to be out here bothering with me. But anyway. The space is good for this. So just be mindful of your space. If you're thinking about getting a green stalk, to me, like I said, it's not, something that's a paid commercial or anything like that. I'm just telling you, if you have limited space, this is so good. And with the unpredictable weather that we've had, this has worked very well. And I'm looking forward to seeing what's in here because I haven't seen anything other than little sprouts and springs and things are hanging out. So it's been here long enough for us to have something there. So I'm just going to take a peek. If it's there, then we're going to grab it. We're definitely getting our beautiful Swiss yard. And like I said, we're planting some more of that because we can. The other thing is I'm glad to be out here to get some sun. When you're sick, baby, vitamin D is your friend. And I know we have supplements and stuff like that, but if you can get it straight from the source, it's better. You're going to sweat, but you feel better. So anyway, off my commercial. Let's get this plant. I believe, y'all, I thought this is some type of pepper, but baby, I don't know. I'm looking at the roots. There's a little bit of browning here. Like I said, I didn't want the plants to get root rot while we were gone. I just wanted to make sure they had water. And the other ones did not make it. Now, I don't know if I'll be able to bring them back to life. I'll examine them in just a second to see if I can. If I can revive them, I want to keep them. But I'm looking for leaves that have pests on them. I do see some aphids on here, but not like what was covering the morning glory. So I'm going to leave this as is. I'm going to go ahead and move it and plant it. What I'm going to do tonight is do my soapy water spray, get underneath the leaves like I traditionally do, and we're going to park it right there because I believe we've gotten to the source of our problem with pests up here. Because I've never had pests like that up here. I've had some, but if that was the case, then we wouldn't have had those beautiful cabbages like we did this year. So the broccoli rocks have, I'm just going to move that over. Those babies are having fun over there, honey. I love it. That's how we used to have our summers, y'all. Our summers were great. It just makes you think back to being a kid, man. All right, so I'm digging through here, and because of the rain, this top tier is very, very moist, but the soil is compacted, so I'm going to aerate it a little bit. It looks like I have 3 spots to plant in, which is good for me, because I'm going to move the thyme. It's about time. I've lost 2 thyme plants in procrastination because nothing was bothering them, and they were doing fine. They were getting plenty of water, sun, everything. And in procrastination, I've allowed this rain and time away from just tending to things. I've lost 2 thyme plants, but the one that has been vigilant and fighting for itself, honey, it is doing very well. I think I just dug up something. Oh, this was dropping. It was not supposed to be there. But I'm doing better. Just fighting with this, but I'm aerating the soil. It's quite compacted from the rain just beating down on it. So this is what I mean by aerate. I'm just aerating it. That's all. Just giving some air in here because it is compacted from just, you see like this? The rain just steady beating down on it. There's the treatment. There's our little seedlings. I'm not going to bother with them too tough. But you can see the soil is quite stiff here. So I'm just going to go around it a little bit so that the water can actually penetrate all the way through. What I noticed is that in the tier below it, underneath where the basin is to catch the water to go through, it was dry in the next tier below. So very dry. So I just want to make sure that me aerating this now will be beneficial. So when the soil passes, when the water passes through the soil through here, that it can actually get to the one below. Then this won't be so compacted like this. So there's a method to my madness here. Nice and aerated. And then we're going to go ahead and take this plant as is. Like I said, we are going to treat these leaves. We're going to spray them this evening. I don't have any pollinators under here. So I am concerned about the peppers growing under here, but I believe they'll be all right. They tend to do very well when they have pollinator activity, but I believe I'll be all right here. Some of this crunchy soil from around the edges here. I believe these eggplants will be okay. I did want to plant some more here. Oh, this is nice and loose, y'all. Take a look. Look, much better. Much better. With ease, I'm barely even tapping it. So I'm going to work a little bit more on it. And then we're going to go ahead and put that pepper plant in here. I don't know what kind of pepper plant it is. I have no idea. Like I said, the tag was on it and it's gone, so I don't know. It looks like it might be a green pepper. Maybe. I don't know. But at any rate, let's get it out of here. It's so soaked. Like, I just squeezed the water out the soil. It's crazy. Let me get my other glove. I definitely need it. There's some mad ants on here. And for those who don't know what mad ants are, they're the little red, the black sugar ants. Look at this, y'all. Look at this. See the water? It's so, it just rained today, so, man. All right, so let's look at the roots here. They look pretty good, but it's like mashed potatoes, y'all. Which is good for right now, because usually you have to make space for your, make some water space. It smells like the ocean. It smells like the ocean. Ooh, wee. That smells like ocean. That smells like the ocean, honey. I have a bag of soil too that I can use to fill this up. I want to fill this up to the top. That might vary my eggplant seedlings. I don't know if I should pull them and repurpose them. I'm confused now. Well, we'll see. Here in a second. I'm taking some of this soil though and putting it under the broccoli rod. Move some around here. All right, now I have another plant, my thyme. Let's go grab that and put that in between these two. And I'll show you how my thyme has been doing. I have been using it. The other ones before they died, I would come out here and cut what I needed, and then I would cook with it. This one is doing very well. It was so long I had to snip, take what I wanted and just keep chucking. Let's not get rid of that water. We're gonna use it. The thyme smells so good, y'all. So yeah, I'm sure there's some pests on here. Let me give it a good shake before I bring it into this green stock, because this has been by itself. Let's see. Check it out. Usually it's not that much. It's usually a couple of ants, maybe a spider or two. And they're on here for the pests. They're not really on here for the thyme. So far so good. This also smells like the ocean. Oh, there's some ants in here. I see them. All right, well, you're coming into a space where you have to just deal with it. All right, so let's dump this out. This also smells like the ocean. Woo! I don't need the sticker for this because time is just time. But what I am going to do, because it is a little viney, I am going to let me get some of this soil here. I'm going to put the bamboo sticks I had holding up the morning glory. I'm going to give it to the thyme so it can climb up that. This is a nice way to refurbish this green stock, because I had no idea I was coming back to things looking like this. I was hoping that I would have tomatoes to pick when I got back, because I saw them growing. Although they're there, it's not going the way I thought it was going to go. So I'm also thinking about putting that tomato plant over here, but I want to check out the pest situation on it. So let's go take a look at that. Actually, no, I'm going to take the other pepper. I should do the tomato because I think it's a bush variety. Let me check it out here. Okay, so I had it in this cooler. Oh, it's looking kind of rough, y'all. Oh, and the tomato split. I've never had a split tomato. Jeez, that's amazing. Oh, here's it. Oh my God. We got some pests on this. It's pretty bad too, y'all. I don't know if this is gonna make it. I don't know if it's gonna make it. All right, let me show you what I got going on here. Okay, so with the tomato plant, what I did is I filled the cooler with just a little bit of water, okay? Just to keep the roots moist, and then when it rained, it filled it up. So what it's been drinking is just the remnants of the water. This is just old rainwater mixed with soil. It's nothing spoiled or anything like that. But remember, we had the aphids up here really bad. So it looks like they've gotten a hold of the tomato plant just on certain parts. So if I can get rid of this, I think the root is okay. So we're gonna try to get rid of that and salvage this part. See my tomato? And see what we can do with that. So that's what we're gonna do right now. I don't think I want any of this soil here. This mess here, yeah, it's terrible. Cut all this off. I don't know if you've ever seen a vine board get on a tomato plant. It kind of looks like that, even though I don't believe that's what's happening here. I just believe it's the aphids that were... Oh, hello, frog. I saw you before. Get out here. I think that little frog might be your problem. I saw him before. I've never seen that frog in my garden, and I really hope he's not a problem, but wherever he's going, he has to get from up here. He was hiding in here. I've never seen him before, but he doesn't look like the little red frog in Costa Rica, but he was burgundy looking. He ran, but when I get ready to do the rest of what I'm doing out here, he won't be up here. We're gonna get rid of him. But anyway, I think this plant might be all right, y'all. The soil just looks a little crazy. Well, let me see what I can pull up here. See what else is in here. The white flies don't like me moving and stuff, but it looks like we might be able to do something with this, y'all. So let me take it over here. Let me tell y'all, this soil smells terrible. It smells horrible. It smells like who did it and why. If you ever smell old rainwater, that's what it smells like. Okay, so let me just trim off this leaf right here. This has some crunchiness and some other little things on it. I don't know what. Leaf miners on here. Okay, so let's get rid of that leaf. The other ones look pretty healthy for the most part. I think this transplant will do well. Hopefully that tomato. It looks like it's split already, but it might not be split to the point where I think it's, it's just my thoughts on what I'm seeing. But I think this is a bush variety if I remember correctly, and I believe it'll be okay. So let me just pick off this leaf here, and I think that should do it. We might be all right with that being there. Okay, y'all. So it looks like this tier has been established. We might be all right. We're gonna be okay. So let me take you down some so you can see. So this is what we have here. We got the tomato. I'm gonna leave that one on there. Once I get it situated where it's not rocking, then it'll be okay. We got the broccoli raw here. We have our thyme, and this is some type of pepper. I don't know what kind of pepper, but it's some type of pepper. So that's what we have going on with that. As y'all can see, like anytime we do this type of stuff, and when we do seed planting, the video ends up being crazy. I'm already approaching an hour. So we're going to just pause for a second. I'm gonna put this back up there, and I'm gonna see what's going on with the other pepper plant real quick. Okay, y'all, so just realizing all the stuff that I would like to do in this video, just to save y'all viewing stress. We're gonna make this part 1, and then part 2 we're going to do our seed drop, because I would like to go through this with you guys in detail, just giving you a view of what you can do with your green stalk. So I would like to show you what's in here and how to harvest and all those things, but before I begin, we're just going to harvest, and then this will be the end of part 1, and then part 2 I'll bring you guys back out here. For one, I'm getting a little overheated too. And with me recovering, I don't want to relapse or anything like that. So I want to give you a detailed view of how to harvest, and then I'm going to show you what the top tier of this green stalk looks like. I'm super excited, because if this thing takes off, y'all, if this takes off, this will be outstanding. Like, so you can see the trials and errors of growing different things, pairing plants together. We learned that. So if you're into morning glory is absolutely beautiful. I love it. It's in my favorite color. However, companion planting with that is viney, and as you can see, it brings pests. It is prone to aphids because the ants love the sweetness of it, so they're going to come, they're going to bring the aphids, and so on and so forth, the repeated cycle. If you have plants next to it, they're going to get on it too. So just FYI, something I learned, because I haven't grown morning glory. I've always thought it was beautiful, and I still think it is. It just needs to be by itself. But just know that if you do decide to plant it And if I do decide to do it again, I have to be mindful to keep the ants under control, because they're gonna come, they're gonna bring the aphids, and you know the rest. So let's see what that top tier of the green stalk is looking like right now. It's beautiful. All things considered, oh, my soil just fell. All things considered, just knowing where we're coming from, recovering from this heat, rain, and all this other stuff, we have 2 plants that survived, actually 3 that survived while we were on vacation, so we didn't kill everything. We got our tomato plant. I think the other 2 might be okay, but they need some nursing. This one was actually fruitful, so I just went ahead and pulled it first. We got our pepper plant, which is a mysterious plant. I think it's a green pepper, not sure yet, in our time. So in the top tier, we have the eggplant seedlings that have made it through all of this. They finally came about, but we planted them in an awkward time too. It was cooler under here, but with the heat indexes we've had, I'm surprised they're still there. So we're gonna work with that. We got our Swiss chard out of, not Swiss chard, but the broccoli rabe. Out of what was there, this one survived. So that's up to the top tier of the green stalk now. Tomato, okay, we got our tomato plant, our broccoli rabe, our thyme, this mysterious pepper, and then we got eggplant seedlings there from when we did our first initial seed drop into this green stalk. The gaping gap that's there, I have soil to replenish that space. We're gonna go ahead and do that. I feel like something's on my arm. I think an ant bit me. Give me 1 second. Take a peek here. I think an ant did bite me, y'all. I think it did. It bit the heck out of me. I don't like ant bites. But as you saw us pulling up that morning glory, it was ants. Oh yeah, ant bit me, baby. It bit the heck out of me. Ooh, I must have crushed it, because it bit me. I just saw a little piece of it. I don't know when it bit me, but it did. I just felt something burning on my arm. But you saw all those ants on that morning glory, so I'm not surprised that one got on me and bit me. I'm actually surprised I didn't get bit by more than that. So. Actually, y'all, it might have been something else that bit me. Oh, that might have been an earwig. I'm gonna cut this part out of the video. Y'all don't need to see all that. Anyway, yeah, I think an earwig or something just got me. Anyway, all right, so we're gonna harvest. I haven't talked to y'all in a while, and I can ramble. We gotta get back to business. Let's harvest some Swiss chard. Oh, y'all, look at that. I hear my daughter coming through here. She's camera shy. Look at that Swiss chard, y'all. Woo. Jordan, look at the Swiss chard. Okay. Joy, can you look at my arm real quick? I'm going to cut this out of the video. Something just bit the freaking living. Well, when I pulled up this plant, it had a bunch of red fruit. It's red. All right, y'all, we got the Swiss chard, and then we got a little bit of lettuce here. I don't know if I should leave this lettuce, y'all, and just let it get bigger. It's growing. I'll give it some more soil. But that was the Swiss chard. Here's the little plant of the Swiss chard. There was 2 plants. This one is the baby one. So I'm gonna leave these in here. I may need to put some supports on them. The other tier is missing, so they're kind of leaning. Let me pull this out. This is the root from the one we just harvested. Now, I'm a tier kind of person, so I'm gonna go ahead and pull. Let me get rid of this rainwater. Just go ahead and do that. I just had a deja vu moment, like I did this already, y'all. I don't know if y'all have those, but I just tapped that just now. I'm gonna take this tier here. Just make sure there's no more insects on here to bite me. Oh, and some ants here too, but it's not too bad, so I won't get too crazy with it. Let me go ahead and pull it. It's heavy, y'all. Ooh. Let's see what's going on underneath there. I typically wouldn't harvest this way, but I need to make sure there's something to harvest. So I'm going in. There's turnips here, and it looks like we do have some turnips to harvest, but they're not that big. The leeks are looking still little, very small. I'll bring you over so you can see. Look at the leeks, y'all. They're not doing too well. I mean, they're still alive, but they're small. So, let's see what's going on here with the turnips. It looks like these are just little itty bitty. I may leave them in here so they can get bigger, but it looks like they're ready. They're just little. It's very crunchy in here. So this is what I was saying, like with the soil being compacted from the top, I think this is why things were going so slow down here. And that morning glory was literally soaking up everything from here. So this little bitty turnip, it has root on it. I may put it in another area. I don't think this will be very good as far as like eating it. I just might make another pocket for it because I had a pocket for broccoli and it didn't do anything there. But the Tokyo long scallion is growing. I just saw it, and this is the first time I've seen it. Oh, y'all ants discussing what I did? Yeah, I just told y'all little system. Going on now. They over here congregating, talking. Can y'all believe it? Ain't nothing to talk about. You gotta go. We've been evicted. Okay, so let's see. There's some little ants on here. I'm gonna pull up the leaves that are actually spoiled, as I would say. They're falling off the plant anyway, and I would like to think that that has something to do with that Swiss chard. Not Swiss chard, but the morning glory. It literally chokes these plants. Anything to get your hands on it chokes it, y'all. My daughter's standing here, but she is not getting on this camera, y'all. I told y'all I don't film my children. She's just looking. She's supervising. Let me pause for a minute because I need to talk to her. Hold on. Okay, y'all. So let me show you the tiers all separated. We do have carrots, but they're really small, so we're going to leave them and let them grow. I'm very happy. So the one, it looks like it's a whitish, pinkish kind of carrot. Not sure what that means. Maybe it's going to be a purple carrot. The other one is a typical orange carrot. So very happy about that. My radish is growing, but only one. So I'm just going to leave that. I'm going to leave these tiers out just how they are. So my daughter's helping me water them. And then we're going to leave them because I want to take the empty pockets and drop some seeds in it when we do our seed drop on part 2, which will be tomorrow. I just want to get out this heat I am exhausted. So the only complete tier that we have is the top one. So what's going on here? These are our carrots. And just to give you a little peek, I don't want to spoil it for future video, but see that little orange area right there? We have carrots coming, so we're just gonna cover that back up. But as you can see, the soil is very dry here. This is the bottom tier. It is extremely dry down here. So we're gonna take care and water that, and then I will see you guys on part 2 of this video. So we're gonna end part 1 here, just to give you a spray. Here are the tiers. They're all separated out. We're gonna water them. And then I'll see you on part 2 for the seed drop, okay? All right, y'all, bye.